But this budget, Mr. Speaker, is like the COVID cash grant distribution, which has no structure. And like the pink slip that no one wants, it promises something that everybody knows will not come.
The opposition member also spoke to housing projects under the current administration, where he said that for a number of years prior to APNU AFC taking office, the PPPC had sought to regularize the issue of squatting, but cannot get it under control to this day. Susan Rodrigues, who represents the government side of the House, spoke to a number of projects earmarked for completion in the 2021 budget, which, she says, will see improvement in a number of communities throughout the country.
The sum of, I will go into some details now, Mr. Speaker, on specific allocations in our budget. The sum of $3 billion was allocated for infrastructure works. The sum of $1 billion was allocated for the upgrading of roads. The sum of $101 million was provided for the expansion of the water treatment plants at Sophia, Eccles, Covent Garden, Grove, Friendship, and Virgin Nugent, benefiting over 50,000 residents.
Meanwhile, Ronald Cox, who is the representative for Region 1, noted that Minister Rodrigues ought to be thankful to the APNU AFC and former GWI CEO Dr. Van West Charles for the projects which she has inherited. He also lashed out to the government for not delivering on its promise to increase public servant salary, as it said it would during its election campaign.
Every public servant, inclusive of teachers in Guyana, deserve, and I would like to put a figure here, 20% increases in their salaries.
Cox further lashed out to the incumbent for its inefficiency in the education sector.
Therefore, an imperative question is what new measures are in place for 100 schooling or 100% of schooling in a new normal.
Meanwhile, before the afternoon suspension of the Assembly, PPPC's Lee Williams focused his presentation on hinterland communities, positing that many of the residents of those communities will be relieved, as the measure to remove taxes on ATVs and other farming equipment will benefit them directly. He also spoke to a revitalization of the Amerindian Land Titling Act. Also making contributions before the afternoon suspension of the Assembly were APNU AFC's Dr. Karen Cummings and PPP's Dr. Vishwa Mahadio, who hammered out issues in the public health sector. Wendell Badrie, HGP Nightly News.